We have dependent origination. We know that the fear depends strongly on both the event itself and the thought and how we react to that event. Important thing to understand is this word reaction, right? The difference between reaction and responding. If you're ever hospitalized, if they give you medication and you react to the medication, they'll keep you in the hospital until they figure out more or less what the problem is, and then they can give you the right medication. But if you respond to the medication and they know that what the problem is, and you're able to be released and sent home and all that other stuff. So that's one thing to understand here, okay? Another thing to understand is that when we, just for an example, that when we're stuck in traffic, we're running late, we're already putting our bodies into a negative state, and someone cuts us off. And we immediately become upset about that, and we're saying, oh, I'm already late, and we're resisting what is. And in that resistance of what it is, all we're going to know, all we're going to be focused on is what's not going right. Okay, we're not going to even pay attention to the opportunities of being able to move through traffic, simply just to avoid it. And what ends up happening is this: is that the universe has a very unique way of working, and that is that when we're faced with a problem, if we resist the problem, because the solution to the problem is embedded within the problem itself, we're also resisting the solution. So in order for us to be able to solve the issue faster and without resistance is in observing what is happening without reacting or without imposing a previous idea or a previous experience into the present moment. Okay, so true, okay, there's a lot of traffic, I resist it, and rather than overcoming it, I'm gonna have to go all the way around or deal with all this internal conflict before I can be free of this problem that only exists in my head. I mean, it is what it is, okay? By resisting this present moment, you're resisting the entire universe, because it took the entire universe to create this one moment, okay? And so, moving along, we resist what is, and therefore we cannot solve what is, because the solution is embedded within it. Okay, so back to the explanation of the fire and the fear. Okay, whenever there's an event, if we go into our mind and begin to distort what is and begin to impose previous encounters, we're not going to be able to handle it with skill. We're not going to be able to overcome it smoothly, and we're not going to grow. What we're going to do is just going to continue to resist other events, and therefore being mindful is important. And what this means is that we quiet our minds. We start to see the things as they are without trying to impose. We see this in our problems. You know, someone doesn't give us or greet us when we get home from work, and immediately we start thinking that they're upset at us, that they don't love us, or whatever it may be, and we're not seeing the situation as it is. Maybe they had a bad day themselves and they want your attention, but we fail to see that because we have an image in our minds, and we fail to encounter it on a personal level. We're encountering it based on this image that we're holding, which is just simply an illusion. So back to the flame. The event happens. Rather than resisting it, I observe it, and I know that this fear is building up inside of me. And rather than reacting to it immediately, I just observe, okay, what is my body trying to tell me? It's trying to avoid being rejected because I've been rejected in the past. But this is a different situation. How is it different? We're in the present moment, and therefore we clear our mind from past events, and therefore emptying our chamber. And so what ends up happening is this: we have the flame, we have the flame itself, and the gas that's producing the fear. We're going to slowly start to turn it down by being aware of it every single time it arises within us. We're going to turn it down until eventually there's no flame. Okay, or very little flame, but eventually we're going to be free and no longer have any gas in our chamber. Okay, no gas, and whenever the event happens, it won't press down on us. We're not going to feel like it's pressing down on us and making us feel this fear. So I hope that this video helped shine somewhat of an insight. There's more information to this. I try to make it as simple as possible for you to understand. But if you should have any questions, feel free to log on to my website, www.torrestraining.com. If you feel like this video could help someone else overcome any type of fear or anxiety, forward it along. Send them to the website. You have no idea who you might help and how this could benefit people, and then therefore bring less conflict, bring less fear. You know, as humanity, we all share. We all stand on the same ground, and I don't mean that literally, but no matter where you go in the world, you will find people who are fearful, who have sorrow, who have cried, who have laughed, who love. We all share this same consciousness, and the same fears and the same loves, and we all share this. This is the common ground of all humanity, and therefore the less fear we contribute to the whole, the faster we can move through life easier, with less conflict, and more appreciation for other people's concerns, and more appreciation for why it is that they're afraid of certain things, and hopefully help other people overcome their fears, because you just never know. There are people today that have great ideas, but they fear moving forward with these ideas because of this same limiting beliefs. They have past experiences in which they were rejected, and they fear the rejection. And it's not so much that they fear failure, but they fear also the success. They fear that they're going to be successful beyond their measure, and they're not going to know how to handle this. And so being mindful is definitely very important. So again, I hope this video helps. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks.